when we tell someone, well, just get over it. That's what they're basically saying, is everything that's happening to you isn't really relevant. Just keep moving, right? Keep pushing. Well, I agree to an extent, but I need some support along the way. And I need to be able to stop at these points that are not okay for me and have someone work with me, whether it's me on me or loved ones or someone I've given authority to speak into my life. Therapists are great because they have a formal title where they can speak into my life to help me figure out what's happening and to become more accepting of it. But that's a process, And so when I'm processing something that has happened to me emotionally that's too much for me to handle, I need the ability to help process through it. Now, I think for me, with the challenges I faced, was when my brain isn't working. So when we look at the brain, we have several different lobes that make up the brain, right? The frontal cortex, the center brain, the back of the brain, without getting too neurology on everybody.
Right.
They're separate. All those regions are separate, and they have to talk to each other in order for the jobs to get done properly. If I think of them as a radio station or a car radio, I think it's a good analogy. It doesn't work perfectly, but it helps us conceptualize the way the brain actually functions. Is in my car, I have 6 preset stations. So to kind of look at the way the brain intercommunicates within itself is it has a set of its own 6 preset stations, and those were preset from birth. They have a call number, right? Let's say like 102.9. It's actually my favorite radio station. I'm a rap and hip hop guy, but the brain has that same call number, and it has 5 others, and it uses them to intercommunicate. Information comes in, needs to be sent to the frontal cortex because it's the computer program of the brain. That communication is vital on how I feel and function, right? And so as the radio stations become out of tune in my brain, there starts to be static, just like your car radio, right? It's not as loud, it's not as clear. It can even be a whole nother radio station that it's not supposed to be on, as a way of thinking, as the brain starts to break down in the way it communicates. And then I start to have symptoms. I start to have brain fog. I start to have anxiety. I start to have depression. I have impulse control issues. I can't multitask. That's what it really looks like when the brain starts to miscommunicate.